My name is Steve Telford. I'm the co-founder of Equinox IT services here at Orem, Utah.
What was your biggest pain point before HelpGhost, and how have we helped solve that?
The biggest pain point was really getting to the answer when a tech is on the phone call. We've used other products. We even tried different AI sources. And when the techs eventually put the information into the ticket and do the search, sometimes we would get a bunch of possible documents that would answer the question or something along those lines. So with HelpGhost, we were actually getting real actionable answers above and beyond what you might see when a lot of the guys using shadow IT like ChatGPT, Copilot, etc. HelpGhost really helped us have real answers. And then when we're able to integrate our existing documentation into the system, we didn't just get good answers, we got great answers. And our techs noticed immediately that they were getting the exact solution they needed for whatever the call was or whatever the problem was.
What would happen if you had to go back to working without HelpGhost tomorrow?
That'd be really challenging, especially for our new techs that don't have the repetitive experience in solving some of the problems. Their call times would more than double. Like I said, trying to find the answers in a stack of documents can be really challenging. So it would make a huge difference on the quality and efficiency of our calls.
How reliable has HelpGhost been for you?
HelpGhost has been great. We haven't had any downtime or anything like that. That's never been an issue. We've almost always found the answers to whatever the problem was that we were experiencing when we put the information in. That, like any system, you do have to put the information into the system before it can give you some answers. Be prepared to do that. Some of the guys don't like to do that until the end of the ticket. You guys know who I'm talking about. And in order to get the use out of it, you do have to put the information in.
What's been your experience with our support and implementation?
Support and implementation have been great. Obviously, it's been great getting to know co-founders. Jamie and Andrew are great. So I can't say enough about how fun they are to work with, but also how responsive. Really listening and hearing what we've needed and also getting some ideas for where to go in the future. We work with other companies and many times they're really focused on you hearing what they want to say, not necessarily listening to what you want or need. Really appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
How does HelpGhost compare to other AI tools that you've tried?
Yeah, we've tried some other AI tools like Crushbank and Thread. And while each has kind of their niche and things they do well, ultimately, we've put it head to head against those other two. HelpGhost wins hands down. That's unanimous across all of our technicians.
I'm fired up about that one. How seamlessly did HelpGhost integrate into your existing PSA workflow and other workflows as well?
HelpGhost was really easy to integrate into the current workflow. We had it set up in a very short amount of time. So when you go into the ticket, HelpGhost is like, let's go. And it starts working right away. You don't have to go through a bunch of menus. You don't have to check boxes, drop down lists. It's just ready to go. It feels like you have somebody actively helping you right then and there, not, hey, I've got to jump through a bunch of hoops and then maybe I'll get an answer. I don't have to put a coin in a gumball machine, twist the handle and wait for the gumball to come down.
Would you recommend HelpGhost to other MSPs and why?
Yeah, I definitely recommend this to other MSPs as long as you're not in Utah, because it's definitely going to give you a competitive advantage. I know everybody's looking at different solutions right now and there's varying degrees of success. HelpGhost has been the best option for us as far as finding the answers and really saving us time on calls and helping our techs solve those problems quickly and thoroughly.
What results would you say other MSPs should expect in their first 90 days with HelpGhost?
I wouldn't wait 90 days. I think you'll start seeing results on day one once the guys pick it up and use it. Like every tool, some techs are going to be like, you know what? I want to try this out. Let's see what it'll do. Other techs are going to be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I have a system. The success of any application, you really have to get people on board. Once people actually use it and see how easy and helpful it is, most of our techs have just been gushing over, just like, yeah, this is great. So there's always going to be a few holdouts. You guys know what I mean. I'm sure you have a tech or two you've worked with that I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to adapt, but it's so easy. It's not really a change to your workflow to use HelpGhost. you're able to just jump in and use it. There's really no learning curve.
How do you feel about HelpGhost's future and potential as a platform?
We've had so many conversations about what we'd like to see. Nobody else has ever even taken time to listen to what we've requested or listen to the feedback we've given. So I super appreciate that. Prior to talking to HelpGhost, we were like, do we need to start a company and build this application because nobody's doing this? We're so frustrated that people weren't doing it. And then as we're talking to Jamie and Andrew, you guys are like, yeah, let's do that. So I have super high hopes for the future. I know we've talked about some specific things, so I won't give anything away, but yeah, I'd love to see those features appear in future releases. I think it'll make a huge difference and really bridge the gap between human and AI interaction between techs and clients, and just really make every tech a super tech. This already helps get you here. I think some of the things we've talked about for the future, I'm looking forward to that.
Has this helped you retain existing clients?
I think it's had the biggest impact so far on retaining existing clients. We're able to solve their problems quicker. Anytime that you can get a person on the phone or email or chat and you can solve their issue a lot quicker, it always makes you look better, and it always will help you retain your clients if you can do that. Nobody likes staying on the phone for extended periods of time. Nobody likes waiting for, days for answers on things. So yeah, absolutely. This makes a huge difference on making our techs appear even more efficient and better equipped than they are.
How does having HelpGhost give you an edge over other MSPs?
HelpGhost gives us an edge because we're able to find the answers quicker. It makes our technicians more efficient. And if you're not using some sort of AI right now, you're really behind the curve. And if you're using the wrong AI, you might think you're getting more efficient. And in reality, you're excited to be driving the Pinto and didn't realize there's a Ferrari sitting next door. Drive the Ferrari. Go with HelpGhost.